MMAfighting.com, and I am joined by the face of Bellator, Richard Kiely, at the Bellator Dublin press conference, and we just had a very testy face-off, we'll say, with Michael Venom Page. It seems to me that you are attempting to get under that guy's skin. Like, do you feel like you have done that? Because that's certainly what it looked like.
I don't attempt anything. I am who I am. People say that like there's a big Machiavellian plan. I go up there and I have the crack. It just so happens that other people on the other side of the stage get irritated by it, as he clearly did. I definitely got under his skin. He was embarrassing himself. This is all, like I said, I've said to other people as well. It's remedial stuff. The looking at your phone and texting, the fake laughing and the clapping. It's just because he's not quick enough to come back with a retort or a riposte. They're two words, Michael, that you can look up in the dictionary. So, yeah, and then look, you saw like he put his hands on me towards the end again. That's just a dead giveaway, We wait till my back's turned, the old push and jump behind someone, hold me back. Like I said to everyone, if you really wanted it, all you have to say is like meet you down the car park in 10 minutes and I'd see we sorted out behind the Gibson if you really wanted to do it. But look, that's all, like I said, it's remedial stuff for me. I understand what he was trying to do and fail.
He seemed to try to highlight the gulf between you guys striking. Like, do you see it like that? I mean, obviously not if you've been calling for this fight, but I mean, do you think that's complete rubbish, what he was saying?
Yes, it is complete rubbish. The fact is he's entered more tournaments, therefore he's a higher proportional chance of winning more tournaments. But if you have a look, it's basic maths, Michael. Again, take off your shoes if you need to count to 20. But again, if you enter more, you have a higher chance of winning. But if you have a look at his YouTube, like he fought the rumped Alfie Davies in one, and there was a massive disparity in weight, size and age. He's claiming that he beat someone who's 50 years old and he's looking for high fives about that. I was in shock. You are actually mad. There's clearly that bang to the chin is after affecting your faculties, because I was there like this fella is actually boasting about beating a 50-year-old. So look, if that's his definition of having a higher striking record, then you win.
So, like, the big thing that you kind of pointed out here is he's coming off a knockout loss. Like, how much does that play into your hands here? Like, we've seen you knock out people on the big stage. Like, I mean, do you feel like this is an ideal time to be fighting him?
No, I think that it doesn't matter whether his chin is weak or his chin isn't weak. He could have the strongest chin going, and such is the nature of my power that he would get knocked out anyway. It just means that he will have an additional excuse for when he does get knocked out. You can say, I'm only coming off the back of a knockout loss, I shouldn't have come back so soon. All this I know what the rhetoric is going to be, so leave him to it. Like I said, I have no control over what his excuses are going to be, but that's if he's going to be able to speak with his. You probably have to write it down or type it, because his jaw will probably be wired shut.
What way do you see it going? Because when I think of MVP, I think about the problems people have with closing the distance. Obviously, you're a lot more. You have a lot more striking experience than these people. That's exactly what I'm saying. But, I mean, how do you do that? Like, I mean, is there simple ways to do this that just most MMA fighters don't really know how to do it?
Yeah, look, come here. He's like I said, this guy has a padded record. He's fought only 3 legitimate guys. One was an Overhill Cyborg Santos, who you may as well have been fighting in slow motion. Such was the, it wasn't a nice matchmaking fight. Whoever made the match, and then when he crushed the skull, he bounced a Pokeball off him. That's the type of character of the man you're dealing with, So I just like him as a person, as a human being. Then he fought Paulie and Daly, who was stuck in the mud, and that, as I said, was a snooze fest, which I called. And then he fought Lima, who is by no means a specialist striker. He hits hard, absolutely, but he's by no means a specialist striker, and he got knocked out. He's fighting someone now who is well versed in what he does, who knows exactly the type. He knows the obfuscation, all this ostentatiousness. You can look that one up as well, Michael. That's all for show to draw people out. Do all you want. You're expending energy, so fire away. It's just prolonging the inevitable for him.
You have called out so many people, Richard. My God, since you signed with Bellator, you've called them all out. But his name was always a permanent fixture.
Since I signed with Bellator, since I signed with Bama, my first fight after I knocked out Keith McCabe, who I'm delighted to see in this card. I think he's doing really well. But since I knocked out Keith McCabe, I called out, if you have a look after that, I called out Michael Venom Page and I called out Paul Daly. People laughed. After my second fight, it was calling out Terry Brazier and it was calling out Alex Lahore. People laughed. That fight happened. So, now the Michael Venom Page fight is after happening. People aren't laughing now. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that after 2 fights with Bama, I fought for a world title. And now when I knock out their so-called poster boy and they get the real face of Bellator, that after 2 fights at Bellator, that I'm not going to be fighting for a world title. And people can laugh now if they want. But they've laughed previously and they've been proven to be wrong. So You can take from that what you will.
Is this the guy though? Was this always the one you wanted? Like, I mean, there was Galore Bafando, Paul Daly, all these people. Was he the one you always wanted?
Him or Daly. Him or Daly was the one I wanted. Him or Daly were the ones who wanted. They had the name. They had these striking accolades, or so-called, that they've given themselves. And people have bought into. Based on the marketing that Bellator have put behind them. I haven't had that privilege of having the marketing. Which is, like I said, whoever the decision maker is needs to build up the hole, because I'm deadly. I'm the crack outside the cage, and I bring knockouts inside the cage. So it is what it is. But I'm not. That's not my decision. But yeah, these are the two guys. These are one of the two guys that I wanted.
Finally, what's your prediction here? What do you see happening when you visualize this fight?
The first person to make a mistake is the one that's going out. So it's not just going to be cut and dry. Going to be a blitzing, what have you. Whoever makes the first mistake is going out. I am convinced that's not going to be me. 100% that's not going to be me. I'm too smart for him. The athletic prowess. I have the athletic prowess, and that's a foregone conclusion. But I'm too smart for him. I know what he does. These tricks that he does, I don't buy them. I know them. I've dealt with them before. So he can do that all he wants, and you will see. He's not. I would envisage that he's not going to commit for the first round. If it goes past the first round, he badly needs a win. Then he's going to start becoming careless, and he's going to expose himself. And once he does that, it's lights out. We've seen what I've done before. Any of my fights, anyone makes one hint of a mistake, they're gone out.
Thanks so much, Richard. That was brilliant.